This song, I swear. This song. Did I just... Okay, I thought I dropped a razor blade on the floor. Hi everyone, good afternoon. Where is my sharp box? That's not my sharp box. Neither is that. Neither is that. Sharp box is... Oh, it's in the other room. I knew that. It's sitting on my bookshelf in my office. I have an old razor blade that needs to go into my sharp box, which is a metal box that is an old film canister, like when you buy film by bulk for film photography. And I just put all my blades in it, and someday when it's full, I'll just tape it shut really good and throw it away. Oh, I could just remove this song from the list, but then what fun is that? Hi everyone, it's big painting day. I dropped big painting because I'm working on Sky, and that gives me a little bit better arm reach for big painting. But it does mean that little painting is down here, so when I do the stars on this, I think I'm going to boost it on a little booster seat, like this, and hopefully it does not fall over on me. Radio Dread said, the songs are like a bag of candy where Mary had a little lamb as a piece of licorice. Yeah, I said it. I don't disagree. Very rarely do I enjoy, like, true black licorice. There's a few that I've had that are like, okay, I could eat a few pieces of this. But none of it is like red vines where I can destroy an entire bag in an afternoon. You gotta get the fresh red vines, though, when they're soft and not stale. Sometimes in the store no one buys them and they go stale, and then you open them up and they're like not good. So I need to put stars on this canvas, which I definitely want to do today because then it's done and it's going to look phenomenal. But I need to do my gradient in the background of the sky first here, and then while that's drying we can put stars on. And then we can start to add these clouds in, so then it'll look like this, and then we can add the stars to the big one. Sorry, I need to respond to Jepson. Josh is ordering something, and I'm like, if you're doing that, order me this thing so we don't have to both pay shipping. And he'll get you to free shipping, so. Alright. The other thing about this versus this is tiny, and I can use tiny brush. This, however, is big, and I need to use big brush. So, like when I was doing the little one, I was using this brush for the clouds of the Milky Way. Stay there. So I could do like this, but this is going to take like absolutely forever. So we switch to big brush and do bigger. Noah says, why not use tiny brush on big canvas as a challenge? Where's my eyelash brush? Tiny, here you are. This one? This one? What is this? This is a 10/1 spotter. Like, it's tiny. I don't think you can really see it. Here, let me line up. The brush is over the yellow, but the metal, the ferrule, is over the white. It's tiny. That may not be my smallest, that's just the smallest I found. We have a 9-month resub from Super Yoshi 7, 16 months from Shadowplay 626, and a 9-month resub from Amaya A. Thank you, 3, for your resubs. We're gonna move this over here for now, because we're going to do our gradient first, and then we will put stars in. Noah says, painting a whole canvas with my smallest brush, not clickbait. I would cry. That's too much. So last time on Friday, no, I did this on Friday. Tuesday last week, I did the, no, did I? I did this and then I did that. That was Friday. I had started that with this. It looked like this, yellow to black. And then I did a wash of it, which is here. You can see the wash. And made it more blue-esque. And it's kind of violet-y down here. And that worked really, really well. And I liked how that looked. And then I did some testing of how I wanted the clouds to look. And it turned out really well in the study on Friday. Yes, study was Friday. And then I did, after this, I did it over there. And then I played around with some colors. And I talked about that. So I kind of liked these colors. This is alizarin and phthalo blue green shade. And then this is just varying amounts of titanium white in it. And this is the same, but adding Prussian blue, which I think is a bit richer of a color. And then these two over here on the left are the alizarin phthalo mix with raw umber. And then these two are the alizarin phthalo mix with raw sienna. And they get a little green, I think, and I did not like that. So if they're getting green, that means there's too much blue in them, and those were adding yellow. So I think this needed to be more alizarin first before I did that to make it slightly more neutral. So I think that's what that meant, if I'm thinking through my color theory correctly. So I liked these, and when I looked at these compared to the study, like it still had this feel to it, and it isn't the yellow that I did, because it's the yellow wash with, or sorry, it's yellow with the wash on top, which worked really well in the study. However, I don't always love doing a wash over light colors. I prefer to do a solid color, which is why I was doing a test with this. So if I flip this over and I start comparing it, I feel like the alizarin phthalo blue mix works best. So what I want to do first is I want to do one more swatch in the sketchbook with the alizarin phthalo blue, add more alizarin so it's slightly more violet, and then mix it with probably raw umber and see how I feel about that. See if it tones it down enough. And if that works good, that's what we're using. If not, we're just going to cut out this raw umber, raw sienna nonsense. Let's see. Umber. Your titanium white. I do need you. Alizarin. I hope I have more alizarin. And phthalo blue green shade. And where's my paint tube opener? There it is. Everything got moved around because I took so much stuff downstairs on Friday. We have a 16-month resub from Renee who says, big painting. The biggest painting. How's my day been? My day's been good. Thomas sent us a package, and he sent me a book, and I read it this morning, and it was very good. And I can't remember the title of it right now. But it was about a woman who biked from Tucson to Georgia on her bike alone, and it's illustrated. A whole novel in a day. It's illustrated. And it was very good. I enjoyed it. It makes me want to do a touring. And there's some small, like, fully supported tours I've considered doing on my bike. All right. You can kind of see that. It's dropped down. So we're mixing. Oh, I need water conditioner. Noah says bike tour to Philly. That sounds terrifying. The ones I'm looking at are fully on trails and not on streets. I'm not confident to go on streets yet. That is scary. So I'm mixing the phthalo blue and the alizarin, and I'm trying to make it slightly more violet. Oh, I like that much better. This is way more navy blue. I think I could still use more alizarin. Let's try it. Isn't my bike a road bike? It is circle now squared. Here's the thing. I like a road bike, and the trails I'd be riding on are limestone, crushed limestone, so they are tiny, tiny pebbles, and it's just barely small enough for a road bike. All right, is this more violet? That is way more violet. That's prettier. All right, let's try it with the sienna. Not sienna, what are you? Raw umber. And just neutralize it a little bit. I think this is exactly what I want it to be. That is exactly what I want it to be. Perfect. So if I add more of the raw umber and titanium white even, it's a good neutral color. Let's see. It's all these diagonal ones I just did. Kind of see the color. So this one here has less of the alizarin, and then, oh gosh, more alizarin, and then more alizarin with the umber. So it's like almost a neutral gray right here. That worked out pretty good, but it has a slight violet quality, which is what I'm going for. Okay. Perfect. Glad I did that before I started painting. Now we just got to mix up a ton of it for big canvas. We have a 16-month resub from Andrew in the Kitchen. Thank you. Hello. And just, you know, hope I have more alizarin crimson. I have slightly less than half a tube. All my backup paint is over there, and I can't see it because canvas is in the way. Like, it's behind this eye line. So if I run out, I'm gonna have to get up and just go over there and hope. All right, so my plan for this, normally when I do a gradient, is just to go back and forth and then like fade upwards, but over here is not light. So it's kind of more of like a directional like burst, like light here, and then it gets darker this way. And I don't want to paint over my underpainting completely, just the sky. And I have to paint a little bit because I don't know exactly like if my lines are going to sit here or not. So like there'll be a little bit of sky here. that's fine. But I'm trying to keep it contained to where I've underpainted the sky. And if I end up losing exactly where the center of the Milky Way thing is going right here, that's fine. I don't care about that. I can make that up as I go. But I don't want to lose everything. So I'm mixing up my mix first with Phthalo Blue, alizarin, and raw umber. And then I'm going to mix up a medium and a light of that. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna need way more than that. Penguin Frog says, I've officially introduced Churu to new kitties. They're primed for getting bamboozled later for their vet visit. If you teach them they get good things at the vet visit, it helps. We have a 14-month resub from Anise. Thank you. And 12 months from Ivar. Let me get a paintbrush for you, Ivar. Thank you for hitting 12 months. Congrats on your 12. So raw umber was my underpainting color. This guy. So the hope is, even though I'm using quite opaque paints, that it will pull a little bit of that and tone this down even more than I do, because I tend to do things saturated. So the hope is it's the color I'm using to desaturate my color, that this will desaturate it further, because I'm super guilty of that. And I should put some slow dry in because it's a lot and I'm working big. So I'm aiming more for a slight violet and not as blue. And right now this is looking quite indigo, so I need more alizarin. It's a really pretty color. I really like it. It's just not what I need. We have an 11-month resub from Blue Hippie. Thank you. One of the other things I'm thinking about doing with this painting is bulking up the foreground detail stuff with some modeling paste maybe to make it slightly textured, but not like really textured. Just a little bit. You're still way too blue. Nice spatula and glass palette mixing. Metal spatula, glass palette. I've gotten a lot better about not making it make a terrible squeak noise. Just practice, I guess. Muscle memory to be like, ooh, don't do that again. You're still really blue. You know, I thought 50-50 would be a good guess for this. It hasn't been. The paint tube squeezer thingamajig is cool. Yeah, this is a tube ringer, and they sell them in metal and plastic, and I got metal because I was like, this thing is gonna last me forever, and if I buy a good one, I only need to buy it once. So I bought that one. And all my tubes are aluminum tubes, like this part is metal. I'm getting alizarin all over my hands. Cool. All right, surely this is enough alizarin. I still feel like I could use a little bit more. Let me see if I have any. I'm just gonna have to go step over there and look. I do. Success. Brand new tube. All right, it is dark. It is not black. And it is finally the violet I need it to be. All right, I'm gonna neutralize this a little bit with raw umber. And then we're going to take some of this and mix it with titanium white. And then we're also going to pile a lot of it over off into the corner. All right. Plastic wrap first. And then we'll cover all of that. And titanium white. I should also probably just get a little bit of this up so I don't influence it too much, because I need to start with titanium white. It takes a long time to get this much paint ready for this much canvas. All right, titanium white, a little bit of this color, this looks like a lavender frosting. We have a 16-month resub from Star Wars Trekkie. Thank you. Who says yee? Toy Herb says, how do you calculate how much paint you need to mix for the painting? That is totally just practice, learning over time. And when you are starting painting, it is something you are not good at. Ever. And you either mix too much or not enough all the time, and it's slightly frustrating. And I still do that. And the cool thing right now about what I'm doing is if I use up my dark color, the dark color is the easiest to make up right now because I know exactly what's in it. It's phthalo blue green, alizarin crimson, and raw umber. So I can just mix up more of that whenever I get there. These lighter colors though, that I'm starting with my horizon over here, those are a little different. So I'm trying to start with those and I'll work my way to the darker ones. But I mixed up a lot of the dark one because that's going to get the most on the canvas. That's like the whole right side. And I'm using the colors based off a photo for NASA of the Milky Way. This could probably use some slow dry as well. So I'm gonna mix my lightest color, and then I'm gonna mix a darker color for like a medium. And then I have my very dark color that I already made. And I'm going to swatch these for sure. I should probably just swatch them here. That would be the smart thing because it's my sketch anyway. All right. Lightest color done, and then let's start mixing up the darkest or the medium color. I'm also probably going to put some glazing liquid on my palette just to help smooth things out and stretch what I've mixed further so I don't run out. Okay, we have all those. Let's swatch them. So that's darkest. And then this is medium. And then that is lightest. Hi, Steven. Thank you. Will you rinse it out too?
Yep.
Thank you. All right, I also want to put a little bit of titanium white on my palette just in case I need to lighten this. Oh, thank you, Renee. Yeah, there's a 30% off sale on Redbubble right now. 30% off everything. I got the email this morning. All right, a little bit of glazing liquid, a little bit of titanium white, my 3 purples, you can see them here, and this will be our sky color. And we're using Big Brush, which, are you better? I don't think so. I think this is going to be the way to go. So I'm dipping it in water because I have water conditioner in here and it will help the paint flow better. I'm not trying to have the brush soaked because I don't want to put too much water into my paint, but the damp brush with just the tiny bit of water conditioner it gets is exactly what I need. All right, so we're starting down here. And I feel like it's too light, but that's fine. We're gonna just move into our next one. and bring that down. I still feel like it's too light. And then we can just move into our dark one. Thank you. You can just set that.
And there's color.
Mm-hmm.
How wild is that?
It's pretty wild.
It's wild. Absolutely wild. This will be a very cool transformation.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Okay, well, if you need anything, let me know.
Will do. Trying not to get my hair in the paint as I turn my head over here. I feel like there needs to be a medium between these two. So I'm just going to make one. And this is drying way faster than I feel like it should be. Yeah, butterfly hair clip. Hey, Steven. Steven, can you get me my butterfly hair clip? Thank you.
This room is toasty.
Sure is.
But like, in a good way. Because the other part of the house is cold.
I am jealous.
Yeah. Well, it's hard, right? Because like, I have to have the air turned down, or this room becomes unbearable. And then the trade-off is that then
That's good enough.
The rest of the house gets very cold. But if I turn it up, you will die.
Yep.
So, are you cool enough?
No.
You want me to turn it down further?
Yes.
Okay. Because I can always... We have blankets.
So I'm getting little pinpricks of the underpainting through. Yeah, that's not great where the hair clip is. I didn't do it perfect. But my hands have paint on them and I don't want to get paint on the hair clip. It's starting to fall out of my hair too. What'd I drop? Don't know. Okay. The problem is I have a different type of hair tie-in. That's more secure. Okay. I don't know if it looks great, but it's more secure. Hey, big canvas, come here so I can paint the top. Put a little bit more glazing liquid on my palette. And I think I want a little bit more umber in the dark color. I'm not thrilled with the transition right here. But I'm feeling like it's gonna probably need another layer of something. Maybe just a glazing layer just to do a little bit of correcting. I don't know. Oops, I got a little bit of the light color in there. That's so much paint. I'm gonna have to get this way again. Well, I try not to hit my head on the mic or on other parts of the easel. I don't think I have any sky reflected. I might have a little bit actually, down into the water. I need a light over here. Okay, well, that's layer one. And I feel like a bigger brush would have been better, even bigger than this one. So what I want to do is take a smaller brush for now, like this one. And just do a little bit down here. I am impressed with how fast this is drying on this canvas, when I don't normally feel like that's my experience with this paint. Weird. Like, this stuff is totally dry already. It's so strange. And yes, it is totally warm in this room. Steven brought me ice in the water. That was nice. So I should probably switch to a larger brush. The problem is I don't love any of my larger brushes. This one is my favorite. I'd probably switch to this 2-inch, which I think I'm going to. I also feel like it's really purple. Where do we start getting wet? Up here is a little tacky. Definitely over here. But that part isn't the part that's bothering me. Because, like, let's see, here it kind of comes up and goes that way. Don't like that. So I think what I need to do is just work faster. Maybe throw some open thinner in. Maybe a little bit more of this. And we'll slide this back. Okay. Oh. I was busy fighting with the canvas. I have a 12-month resub from Hero Chaos Chow. Thank you for hitting 12 months. And we also have a 10-month resub from Miss Jackie Lynn. Thank you as well. All right. Oh God, that was way too much water. I didn't get enough off the brush. Fix that. Whoops. All right, we're gonna do this again. Give it another little layer. And tone it down with a little more of this umber, because it feels better. And try and just work a little bit faster.
this is not supposed to be this dry here. And that's frustrating. That looks better to me. Maybe it's drying so fast because it's so dang hot in this house right now. Ow. Smack my hand on the palette. I have the worst glare. The absolute worst glare. All right, I need to go stand over there and look at it. Okay. I think it needs to sit and dry because I think I need to do a little bit of darkening, bringing it down this way with the glaze. Just a little bit. And so I'm going to set it over there. We're going to do some stars. And then by then I should be able to fix it. Not that I think it's bad, I just think it needs a little bit of something. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to temporarily move where we can't accidentally get stars on it. God, it's so big. Okay. Stay over there. Sorry you had to hear the scrape. I knew that couldn't have been very fun. We have a 10-month resub from Miss Jackie Lynn and 15 months at Tier 2 from Sage of Stars. Thank you both. Slightly smaller canvas time. All right, there's that. Take off watch. Made that mistake in the past. All right, we're gonna put stars on this. All right, toothbrush, titanium whites. Now I want to concentrate these, especially on the clouds, but everywhere is going to get them. Is that a toothbrush? It is. It's the best way to do this. I'm not just doing this like chaotically. I'm going very slow so I can control where it goes. Will you balance that way for me? Good, don't fall. The problem with doing that is getting it all over my hands. Well, I didn't get as many big stars on this as I'd hoped for. But that's fine, I can paint them in. I just need tiny brush. Could I do gloves? I don't have as much control if I do that. Trying to really wash this tiny brush because the more I do it and the better it is, the longer it'll live and not get destroyed. And when I use these liquid paints, a lot of the paint gets up into the metal part of the brush, and that's where it really shouldn't be. But the liquid paints kind of just flow up there naturally. And when I'm done streaming, I will go wash it out with soap. But I want to make sure I get as much as I can now because it's going to be a little bit. All right, so that one's done. Probably should have used that brush to sign my name, but I didn't. Okay, this one's finally done, this tiny one. You see the stars on it? It's blurry, but you can see them. So they're also on the top, and I got them on the sides, and then on the bottom. So this is what the sky and the big one will look like once I'm done with it. So this one is now done. And I should set this flat somewhere on the shelf. Vagabond says that's going to be auctioned, right? Yes, that study and the Aurora study will be auctioned. The Tsumi A one, the ink wash style one, that one will be up first, and then I'll do the 3 times a day, and then the Aurora and the Milky Way one. Leave it to rest. It needs to lay flat because I painted the stars on all the sides. All right, I can put watch back on because I'm done with stars. All right, big canvas, come back here. I just found some very wet paint on the top of this. Come here. You're so heavy. I should weigh that. See how big it is. How much it weighs. All right, let's look at this from a spot in my room that doesn't have glare. So overall, I just think it needs to be darker in general. And if I compare it to the one I just did, it could also be bluer in my opinion. So I could do a blue dark wash. That's my thought. Yeah, I did just a little bit of the water. What was Autumn Night canvas dimensions? I can't remember offhand. Oh wait, I can, because I still have that piece of paper. It was 24 by 30. So this is 40. So like there-ish. And this is 30 by 40, yeah. All right, so I do think it could be bluer. I do like the violet though. Maybe I could take what I have for this, like this color, mix just a little bit more blue in it, just a little bit, a ton of glazing liquid, and then just do another layer on the top. And this part over here is driest, and this part is wettest because I just did that. So I'd start over here and fade it that way. That's my thought. And it's going to get rid of a little bit of this mess in here that I'm not fond of. Oh, that's sweet of her, Penguin Frog. Okay. So here's my palette full of everything I've been working on with this. It's a mess. So this is my dark color. This is the light. This is the medium. This is glazing liquid. White, umber. So I'm just gonna move some of this. Where did Sketchbook go? While I'm mixing it up, I might as well do a little swatch. Just so I can test this. All right, so I did a little swatch of this on here, and then I'm gonna let that dry while I mix up a glaze. I do need a fresh palette. Unfortunately, they're all covered in other things. Who was I showing a painting to the other day? Oh, an aunt. I had an aunt text me, one I don't get to see very often, and she's like, "How are things?" I was like, "I'm doing well." She's like, "What have you been painting lately?" So I sent her a text message of some paintings. I think I sent Autumn Night. This was actually the palette for the first layer of the Milky Way painting. We have a 16-month resub from Ryan B06. Penguin Frog, which ones do you have on your walls? I know you have a print of Dueling Peaks, I want to say. I feel like you've sent me a photo. I'm just curious if you went with like your favorites or if you have like a scheme you're doing. Because I think that would, either way, was going to be very neat. Because I think all my work tends to get a look to it, so it works really well that way also. All right, more blue. And palette knife, where did you go? Were you the thing I knocked on the floor? You're not. Radio Dread says, I have a poster of Dueling Peaks over my living room couch. That piece is so soft. I really like that about it. Where did baby canvas with high chair go? I finished the stars. It's on a shelf here drying. It was a little high chair. I think that's how I described it to Chaz earlier. I was like, I'm gonna drop the canvas shelf and bring it down. And I was like, but when I do the stars, they're gonna be like way down here. So I need to like give it a little booster seat. Radio Dress says, I have posters, but I have a few. Tsushima poster in the hallway. National Park on bedroom wall. Alright, so I put a little bit of phthalo blue in my base color here. Just to make it slightly more blue. Just a little bit. And we're going to take a ton of glazing liquid. Celium says, sticker of Aquila and Rito. Aquila for sure. Circle Not Squared says, Dueling Peaks is my mouse pad. Tech Absol says, I have National Park on my laptop. National Park was very fun to paint. Because I did that with a lot of the modeling paste. Laptop sticker, Starman Super. I do like the techniques for the Starman piece. I thought about doing something similar, but with like, when I made the stickers for the Unfinished Swan piece, like the tree sticker, so I could splatter paint on that. I wanted to do something similar with a pour, but something a bit more like the curvy lines of the Starman Super piece. That was something I had thought about doing at some point. Okay, so this is my sky. It's slightly more wet than I need it to be. So here's a blue wash. You know, this is what I didn't want to do earlier today. And I was like, I'm going to mix up these colors because I don't want to do a wash. Here I am doing a wash. How much of a wash do I want to do? I think this one, because I can always do a second wash. I think that's the plan. Enough that I don't have to make more. Do I have another palette knife? I should. Yeah, I do. What I need to do is cover up my base paint color again so I don't lose it in drying it out. Okay, now I need a large soft brush. Soft brush. You are not big enough. But you may be my only choice. Do any of these cheap ones work? I think I need to use the 2.5 inch. And I think I'm gonna need to smooth it with this guy. Because this one's soft, very soft. It feels like a makeup brush. All right, so we have this glaze on here. And you're gonna be able to see it for now, but it's going to dry transparent. And I'm already recognizing I don't have enough of this. sketchbook. Let's retest this new glaze color. Looks like it's the right transparency. And back to doing this. And soft brush. I'm just trying to take some of these lines out. Okay, that feels better. Now I need to do the sides. I'm too short for this, still even dropping it. Spinny chair is also not helpful. trying to go so fast because everything is drying so quick. And I haven't quite figured out why, besides the fact that it's hot in here. Yeah, that is lawn care, by the way, not mine. But I do feel like the color is better. Which leaves the next thing to do is to fill in the Milky Way part. And like, I might brighten up this later with a reverse wash with a lighter color. But that's going to be like after it dries and probably after I do the stars even, because when you get that light pollution, it covers up stars. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do that. Why is it so hot? Is it just that it's hot outside? This room sits above the garage, which is uninsulated, so this room gets the hottest. And this is the only room in the house with a fan, but I can't run the fan when I'm streaming because it's too close to the lights and the mic and making noise. So, summer is the bad season. This room also gets cold in the winter. It makes me wonder if they like insulated between here and the garage or not when they built this house. It's hard to say if they bothered to do that or not. They may not have. All right, we're gonna cover up these paints. Was this the room, the only option for studio? No, it wasn't, but it was the best option for studio. All right, so today is Tuesday. On Friday, I'll start doing the Milky Way part of this, where it's like the brighter clouds in here, and that will not take all stream. And then we'll do the stars on that. I don't know if we'll get to mountains on Friday. I don't suspect we will. But I am happy with sky so far. Sky looks much better now. It has really come together. It took a few layers, but like everything was just drying so quick, which is good that I know that now, because when I start everything else, I can really keep that in mind as I'm working. If this was the best option for studio, imagine what the other rooms were like. Well, just talking about like layout and sinks, because this room has a sink. So I was thinking about that when I picked this room. And it was warm in here last year. All right, other things coming up. Today's Tuesday, so tomorrow Steven is finishing Metroid. So I know he's excited about that. He thought he would do it last week, but he didn't. So he's excited to finish that up. Thank you, Paint Shipper. Thank you to my Patreon supporters on patreon.com. If you're interested in that and how to do that and the perks that come with that, including Discord, there's links in chat for you. Thursday, I'll be on breakfast stream. And then Friday morning at 11, I'll continue working on this. We'll put in the Milky Way so it looks more like this piece. The colors are different on purpose. Like this one, I use different colors. And then I tried to do something similar but with different pigments. Also, there's a shine. Did you see that? Look at that shine. And then Friday night will be Zelda. Jet Power says, this was neat to watch. Thank you. It was a little frustrating to do. Not because of you guys, because of the painting. Sometimes things just go really well and sometimes they don't. But you keep fighting with it and eventually it comes together and I'm happy about it. I like it. It just took a little bit to get there. So like even people who have painted over 100 paintings do struggle and get frustrated at what they're doing. It happens. But like I said, it came together. I'm happy with it now. I got to a good point today. Thank you, Penguin Frog. It looks so dark, like a perfect night sky. Good. That is something I was concerned about. If I'd make it too light and it wouldn't look like daytime, or if I make it too dark and then you don't get any of the color or variation. Floor fan to cool the room. My thought is put a floor fan down the hallway to push the cold air from the rest of the house down here, and then it won't be as loud. And I am just like covered in paint today because I was fighting with it. You fight with a canvas, you get paint. All right, everyone. I don't know if there's anything else to talk about or any other things to go check out. So I think I'm just going to tell you to go get something done for you that you've been putting off. I have a big project I want to start doing, which was called deep clean the shower and re-grout it, or not grout, re-caulk it, because the caulk that's on there is not shower, bathroom, waterproof stuff. And I'm tired of dealing with it, so I'm gonna do it myself. Rated Dread says, fine, I'll go vacuum and mop my floors. Maybe one of them. Just motivate you to do one of them. The other one, if you do it, gold star. And it doesn't have to be a big project. I can't actually start the shower today until the stuff I need arrives. But just a little thing. Maybe it's like going through your mail that you have sitting on your counter. Also, Paint Tripper says Redbubble 30% off, so if you're interested in any merch, you can go check that out. It's 30% off right now, and I don't know how long that sale goes on. She threw in a gold star. Penguin Fox is taking 2 cats to the vet. That's my project. That is a whole project, I know. That is a whole project. All right, everyone. Thanks for being here. I will see you Thursday morning for breakfast stream and Friday for painting the Milky Way on the sky. Hope you all have a good Tuesday. See you later.